I can come in on seller finance and go, let me just make a payment to you. I can stretch those payments over 15 years and we can mitigate almost all of your capital gains tax, and I can put interest on top of it. You'll get way more money long term.
How do you manage all this stuff?
I want to create a world for my kids that give them options to go do cool things.
Have you ever had one that says, hey man, you ripped me off the contract, there's a way out of this?
You see all these voice recordings of all the years? These are every appointment I've ever been in. I record every single conversation I have.
Well, tell us a little bit about you. Like, where you come from? How did you get your start in getting into real estate? Did you go to college? Where'd you go to college at? Do you have kids?
Yeah, a quick 45 seconds. So, went on a mission for my church, 19 to 21, got home, learned how to speak Korean for 2 years and knock doors and sell Jesus door to door in Korea, of all places. So, got home, jumped into construction. That's what my dad was doing. And built my own construction company, worked for Open Door, OfferPad, Zillow in Phoenix, massive market. So those big companies come down, they always start in Phoenix because Phoenix is on a grid, hyper organized, massively scalable, weather's amazing all year round. So all these companies come and like try out Phoenix before they go scale the rest of the country. And I was the contractor everybody used. So I scaled a good construction company. And then when I was 30, I had a client that came to me, he was like, why are you slaving away like why don't you own the real estate? And I was like, I don't know where the money comes from. I don't know how to do this. She's like, okay, well, let me show you how to get a deal. I got a deal within 2 weeks. She showed me how to send out postcards. At the time, I don't do that now. It's kind of an old strategy. I mean, it would work, like Oklahoma City, direct mail would work here, but we don't do that in Phoenix. It's too expensive. At the time, it worked. I got deals going. And then my title rep that I was working with, she told me, hey, come and sit down with me. Tell me, like, how are you generating your leads? You're doing 3 or 4 contracts a month. I can show you how to do like 8 to 12 with the same amount of leads. I was like, okay, that sounds great. I'm new, 30 years old. And she told me about sub 2, seller finance, lease options, wraps. She taught me about novation agreements and all sorts of crazy things that you could do. And she'd been in the business for 40 years. And she was like the person that everybody went to. She was like the oracle of creative finance. And Eileen Brown is her name. She just retired last year. And she sat down with me and she worked with all my leads. So when a seller wanted too much money, she's like, that's seller finance. When a seller had no equity, that's sub 2. When a seller had a lot of equity, but they were in foreclosure, that's just a straight up cash deal, right? And I scaled. It became, I'm sure you have them. Homevestors, the We Buy Ugly Houses people, you see their signs around. It's like the yellow.
We Buy Homes?
Yeah, We Buy Homes, yeah. I was the largest franchise in the country. They have 1,100 franchises. I was the largest one. It was because of this lady showing me how to triple my conversion using creative finance. And then I got a name for myself by doing what this lady was teaching me. And then got out of construction. It's funny now, I buy construction companies, but at the time I was like, get me the freak out of construction. I hate it. I'm chasing money all the time. I'm basically people's therapist. I just wasn't equipped to build that company the way I am now equipped, but jumped into started acquiring anything I could with creative finance. So we got into a lot of RV parks, which I think is my favorite asset class. There's almost no management. It's affordable housing, makes a ton of cash, great depreciation, which is awesome. You assume an RV park has nothing to depreciate. It's like, my cost seg studies are better than my multifamily stuff. It's insane.
Really?
Yeah, it's crazy.
We use underground utilities and
underground utilities, the pad sites, it's gravel, it's the road structure. It's
what
all
can
about
you depreciate gravel for? Because we're gravel kings on our yard. We have
I'll show you one of my cost seg studies. You can see it from the actual engineers. And you can look at it and you go, holy crap, we need to buy more of these things.
Interesting.
Yeah, there's almost no management. Like my 2 favorite RV parks are in Big Spring, Texas, and we've got like a 5-year waiting list. They net, one little park that I buy everything on creative finance. So no money down. I help sellers avoid capital gains tax. I give the seller the number they want. I avoid the bank. And then I just have my team, help the seller transitions into my portfolio. RV parks are my favorite, followed by mobile home parks. Multifamily, I have about 1,500 units, but it's not my favorite asset class, actually. It's a lot of management. You got to have a big old team. You got to know what the heck you're doing.
You got rules and regs in different city. And
your tenants are a nightmare. RV park tenants are there for recreation for the most part, and they've got like $500,000 rigs. Like they're the coolest customers on the planet, right? Or it's oil field companies just rent out your park for 5 years and you don't talk to anybody. They just pay for, a year at a time type of stuff.
So do you use software to, collect rent, like ESS, easy
Yeah,
self-storage facility? Or
They're
solutions is what we
my
use.
team. I could text my team and see what software they use. I don't know.
I'm sure there's a software for everything now.
There's a software for everything. I think it's like Camp Host or something for all of our RV parks. So anyway, I did all of that, and then I started getting weird opportunities, like a TV show on A&E. We did that for a couple of years, and
Let's go back to your apartment complex though, real
Yeah.
quick. So like that's a commercial asset. So like usually those are on like 3 to 5 year adjustable rates or 5 to 10 year adjustable rates.
Yeah, which is
right?
why I would never do traditional financing on them. It's toxic debt.
Yeah. So you do subject to, right, on those?
Sub 2 or seller finance, yeah.
So let's just run through a sub 2, right? And the note.
So you're not going to run into a lot of sub 2 on multifamily.
Okay.
The reason being is because your commercial assets, the underlying mortgage is a lot more intelligent than a single family asset mortgage holder or lien holder. The single family, let's say Chase, Loan Depot, all these big Fannie Freddie, nobody's looking at like who transferred the deed. On a multifamily deal, the loans on those are 3 to 5 years, and they requalify a lot of those assets every year based on cash flow, who's managing, all that kind of stuff. So if you are going to do a multifamily deal, you're usually not going to do it on a sub 2 transaction. You're going to do it on an agreement for sale or a contract for deed. And we could get into the weeds on this stuff if you want to.
No, I want to know because like when I always, when you're buying, like we build duplex projects, like large ones,
Yeah.
and it's like right now I have one right now that the rate got adjusted from 4.5, now it's at 7, right?
Is this on a construction loan? or
No,
what?
with the construction loans, it's already occupied.
Wow. Yeah. So I stay away from all bank loans. So I don't go into banks. What I will do is I'll refinance like every 7 years when I've got equity, and I'll just pull equity out, obviously tax free, which is nice.
But then you had to go to bank node, right?
Yeah, but I go to the bank note, but I get a fixed rate. Like I'm not getting adjustable rates on anything. So let's go to like a multifamily deal. Last big multifamily deal I did, 161 units, Tucson, Arizona. And this is really easy to find. There's about 17,000 of these people. So what we do is we go to a software. DealSauce is what I use. There's a software called DealSauce nationwide. Better information than the MLS. And it's like $100 a month. So I go on DealSauce and I pull a list of ownership, 15 years or longer, 100 plus units, one asset only, and it's in their personal name. What does that tell? What story does that tell you?
Tells that they own it outright, more than likely.
Own it outright. What else does it tell you? If they've owned it for 15 years and they only
have
own
a lot
one,
of equity in it.
a lot of equity. Okay, you're thinking like a business owner. You got to remember.
Or they might be sucking all the profits out of it and not doing any maintenance.
There you go. Boom. So they're a tired landlord, right?
Yeah.
Most of the time, if they own one asset, who's managing that one asset?
Them,
right? And it's the same thing with private equity. It's like there's companies that you guys could go gobble up right now that these guys just can't figure out how to hire people, or they can't get past that mindset of like, I need to hire people or I'll do it myself, right? They're horrible at delegation. They're bad at leadership. And so they never grow. I mean, it's all your competition.
100%.
It's probably half the people that work for you go, I'm just going to start my own.
Or they
Happens
just
all the
paid
time.
off their truck and they don't want to take on more debt.
Right. So this guy, he actually built the asset. He was a contractor. He built it 35 years prior. His CPA told him, you need to own assets because you're paying so much money in taxes from your active income on your construction company. We need to shield a lot of that with depreciation. And he builds the asset. He owns it for 35 years. His kids don't want it. Why? They're spoiled, rotten brats.
Yep.
And so he goes to a broker, lists it for 20 million. Broker couldn't get 20 million. Why? Because it wasn't worth 20 million, right? You've seen this time and time again.
Pretty
Right?
much everything on LoopNet.
Everything, right? I call it PoopNet.
Or DeathNet.
Yeah. But I actually, a lot of my deals come, I don't go on LoopNet. I use a software called Crexy. I don't know if you guys have ever been on Crexy. It's a competitor to LoopNet.
To be honest with you, 90% of our deals, we built them from ground up.
Love it. So good. And it's a great model.
I don't know. Sounds like your deal's pretty good.
My deal's good, but there's a difference. And we could get into this. I have listened to a lot of your stuff. In fact, you guys had a podcast like 10 days ago talking about like the difference between buying and selling, or buying and building a business. And I think actually most people should not be buying a business.
I would agree with you
I agree
1,000%.
100%.
I think,
It's like somebody inheriting a business.
Oh,
They don't know.
they're gonna shit
They
the
haven't
bed.
been through
Yeah.
any of the grind.
yeah, they don't know anything, right? And so I look at, let's look at this 160 unit. So list with a broker for 20 mil, couldn't sell it. It's not worth 20 mil. Why was the seller trying to sell it for 20 million and he wasn't willing to budge on his number? Why?
Because he doesn't have to sell it.
He doesn't have to sell it. One, you're right. Two, because he's anticipating a capital gain.
Yeah,
And
he
he-
hasn't fully depreciated.
Right. So he's sitting here going, if I sell this thing for, let's say 18 million, which is what it's worth, I've got capital gains tax, and my walkaway number is probably like 13 million bucks after capital gains, right? So he's sitting there stretching his sales number as high as he possibly can, anticipating a massive capital gain. And he's calculating like, I want to be done. I want to be done. I don't want a 1031. I love the live guests that we have on the show. This is the way everybody.
This is my lawn and landscape company.
This is the way a podcast should be done. I just want to let you guys know.
They're actually making money.
Of course, yeah.
I spend it.
Of course.
We made a whopping $12 so far. I think.
So the seller, he wasn't willing to budge on his 20 million, so he just kept the property on the market. I talked to the broker. Hey, would he be willing to do seller finance? The broker always says what? No. Why?
A scam.
Well, yeah, they'll say it's a scam.
Who are you? I don't trust you.
Actually, he just didn't understand seller finance. He's been a broker for 15 years, didn't understand seller finance. And so I said, look, if I can get your commissions paid and I can get the seller the number you want, would you be willing to let me talk to him? He goes, yes. And this is every transaction I ever do. RV parks, mobile home parks, self-storage, whatever. It's
yeah, because all the realtor thinks about is their commission.
Yeah.
That's all they can think about, right? So we get my CPA and the seller CPA together. We structure a deal that the seller finances. The 19.5 million was our final purchase price. The seller gets a check for 40 grand a month, right, at 4% interest, and I have a 20-year note with him. So he's the bank. So I don't have to go through a bank. I don't have to get a credit check. Nobody checked my bank balance, none of that stuff. Now, on a larger asset like that, what is that seller doing? He's verifying that I could actually handle that asset.
For sure.
Right? Like I know what I'm doing. It's kind of similar to what we'll go into, like buying a business. If a seller has a freaking brain in his head, he's going to verify that you know how to run a business and lead a team and actually balance books and, file your taxes, for heaven's sakes. So this is why I tell people don't start in multifamily, because by the time you get to multifamily, you can do a no money down. You can do a no credit check. You can avoid the banks. You can get all these great deal structures. I've got addresses. I travel around in fact, I just bought a car wash here in Oklahoma City. It's one of the reasons I'm here today. No money down. Buying this deal, cash flow is like 30 grand a month. It's an express car wash. Seller's like, I don't want to manage it. I'm too old. Sells it to me on seller finance. Why did he do that? Because I can operate it, and I have proof I can operate it. Now,
so you say you can operate it, and this is just from my experience.
Yeah.
Eric and I have owned, a lot of different service companies. Mm-hmm. You're seeing one right here you probably didn't know I owned. We manage every Walmart and Lowe's in the state of Oklahoma.
Yeah. What do you guys do?
From brick and mortar out. So lawn, landscape,
sweet.
street
Okay,
sweeping,
cool.
power washing. We
Love
even
it.
maintain their shopping carts.
Yeah.
So when you start saying you can manage and operate all these different asset classes, like a single family is different than a multifamily, which is different from an industrial park, which is different from an RV asset.
Yeah.
Which is like we own a Dutch urgent cares. That's a totally different asset class, right? Mm-hmm. How do you know? Like, how do you? Is this your first car wash? How do you know you can manage a car wash? Like, what gives you? How do you pitch that to? You just talked about an RV park and a multifamily. Now you went to car wash, right? That's more. My brother owns a car wash. That's why. And I looked into it.
Yeah.
That's a lot different. You got to clean the bays. You got to go collect quarters.
Yeah, I would never own those car washes.
Okay. Yours are more of an automatic tunnel wash?
It's automatic tunnel wash.
So you have employees sitting there scrubbing the bugs?
Zero employees.
Okay.
It's all automated it's got AI. It's got like licensed technology. It's awesome. The guy that is selling it to me owns 45 in Dallas.
Okay.
And he came up and he started scaling up here and he's like, I don't want to drive up here. I don't want to deal with it. Right. So the advantage, let's talk about like what operating actually means. You guys know this really, really well. You've got marketing, you've got sales, you've got accounting, you've got somebody in the office actually doing admin and talking to the customers and dealing with all that kind of stuff, right? I'm really good at that. I'm really good at finding talent to do those things. So like you asked me what software we're using, I don't know. And I should.
Well, it's about like me. I don't know either.
Yeah, you don't know.
I don't even know how to log into it.
Yeah, same thing. I was texting my team today, hey, I want to log in and look at the car wash. Like, what day are we closing escrow? Can somebody tell me? They didn't get back to me because I'm in a different time zone. And then finally, they're like, we don't even have a login for you, dude. Like, what do you need?
Yeah.
Right? That's how my team is.
I have to have everybody print off everything for me.
But that's the way it should be done. And most people that are starting out, they go, I'm going to go buy a business. I'm like, bro, you're going to tank that thing right into the ground. And even if you buy it on seller finance, no money out of pocket, it's a recipe for disaster because you don't know how to communicate with an employee. You don't know how to get your team to actually get the job done. You don't have a mission. You don't even have the work ethic. So what's going to happen is your team is not going to work that hard because you're not working hard, right? So the way I do it is I have, like, let's talk about my RV parks. I have a girl named Heidi Silva. She's my traveling asset manager. So I go buy an RV park. What does she do? She lives there for 30 days. She hires local people there. She gets them up and going for 30 days, and then she goes back every 6 months and she spends a week there. So I don't have to go there. I don't know any employees. I don't know any of that stuff. I don't know a single tenant on any of my properties. It's because I'm good at hiring really smart people.
So how many people do you have working for you?
For my real estate portfolio, I have 16 people, and I have 2,000 rentals. I have 16 people doing all of it.
That's pretty lean.
It's lean because I have local property management as well, right?
Oh, so you utilize outside property management.
Yep. So I use property management.
That's kind of what Bigger Pockets always says.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people, I prey on people that don't do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because they're wore out.
They're worn out, right? They're switching. They're changing the wax rings. They're switching out the light, the light fixtures. They're doing all that kind of stuff. Their books are a complete freaking nuclear waste. It's like I'm sure you guys have looked at other people's books, and you're just like, oh my gosh. So these people just run out of steam, and you come in and run a filter. You call them up, and the line is very simple. You say, hey, how'd you like to retire? I'll help you out. I'll help you retire and turn you from the landlord to the lender. People are like, wait, you want me to go from the landlord to the lender? I'm like, yeah, who's the person that makes the most money?
Yeah, the lender.
The lender. So how about you just be the lender and I send you an annuity check every single month? So that seller on the Tucson asset, there's 161 tenants. It brings in $190,000 a month in revenue. I paid the seller $40,000. He doesn't have to do a single thing. He's got a check coming in for him for the next 20 years. If he dies, the $40,000 goes to his heirs, right?
Yeah. So what happens if he dies?
If it goes to his kids.
Because you put it in, I was looking at, you put each property in a trust, right?
No.
Okay,
you must have read that on ChatGPT or something.
I actually did. I'm reading it right now on ChatGPT.
A sub-2 deal, I would never put into a trust. This is taught in Florida, and it's illegal. This is why ChatGPT is total shit.
Okay.
I'm sure you guys know your
We
business
use it a lot.
Yeah. We use a lot, but we verify everything.
Right, but like in your business, I imagine if you ask ChatGPT something, you're like, that's not entirely right. I feel like ChatGPT is going to be really good in 3 or 4 years, but like specific knowledge on your business, ChatGPT just doesn't understand.
It gets you close.
That is old, outdated stuff. People have gone to prison for putting properties in trusts. And I'll tell you why. So like, let's say that I bought the property subject to. The biggest issue with a sub-2 transaction is that the bank says in your loan documents, hey, if you sell this, we want you to pay us off
immediately.
And if you don't, we have the right, not the obligation, we have the right to call that note due. It's called the acceleration clause or the due on sale clause.
Yep.
So what's that process look like? Do they foreclose on the house right away? Do they take the house back?
They usually try to negotiate because they don't want to own the damn asset.
They don't want, yeah, you got it. So what they do is they'll send you a letter. I've gotten 10 of these. Okay, they send you a letter and they say, you have 35 days to reply to us and let us know what's going on. It's not even a demand to like give the house back or sell the house.
Yep.
Hey, what's going on? We noticed the deed transferred.
If you get the letter, if you continue to make the payments, they usually don't even send the damn letter.
80% of the time, they don't even care, right? And so I own a title company in 43 states. I think I've seen out of like 20,000 sub-2 transactions, I've seen the due on sale clause 10 times. Like it's very rare, one. And two, 80% of the time when you get the due on sale clause, you just call the bank, go, I'm the new owner. I'm making the payments. The seller was in foreclosure. We caught him up. I took over the note. Oh, okay, got it. We just didn't know what happened, right? Where you're committing fraud is where you put it in a trust that is the seller's name, but you are the beneficiary of that trust. Mm-hmm. It's like blatant fraud. So what these people are doing and teaching in Florida, it's so wrong.
Or you could put it in your own trust.
I just put it in my own LLC or my own trust. What these guys are doing, I have a trust that owns a holding company that holds LLCs, right? What they're doing is they're intentionally setting up a land trust for every single house. They name the land trust after the family who used to own the property.
When they file the deed, it doesn't get flagged.
Right, because the Garn St. Germain Act and all sorts of stuff, we could go into the weeds on this stuff. Your audience is going to be like, I'm so bored of this. So where it's fraud is that you are naming a trust that you are the beneficiary of after the seller so that the bank believes that the seller still owns the asset. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. It's like blatant smack in the face to the bank. I just put it in my LLC. The bank, I don't care if the bank knows I own the house. I'm doing nothing wrong. There's nothing illegal with the sub-2 transaction.
You just know that the due on sale clause could be called.
Yeah, and when it does, I know how to handle it.
How do you handle it?
2 ways. I either call.
Because you have all these properties. Once if you get 7 or 8 that happen at once, and you're like, oh shit.
Okay, so here, first and foremost, you'll never find somebody that lost a house to the due on sale clause. It's never happened.
Okay.
Never happened. So this whole belief of like, oh, the due on sale clause. Okay, great. Google somebody who's lost a house to the due on sale clause, and let's find that person.
Well, people that are watching this podcast, what you need to understand from somebody that's taking a lot of bank notes out, and has a lot of debt and have a lot of equity, right? Banks don't want to own your shit.
And they're too busy, and
They don't want to own it.
What department do they even have? Do they have a due on sale clause department?
No.
When you call the bank and you want to do something with them, you got to call somebody in the Philippines. Like, who the hell is even tracking the due on sale clause stuff, right? It's very, very, very rare. So the way that I do it is, let's say that you sell the property to me. Okay. I let you know up front. I say, hey, Mr. Seller, in the documents, it specifically says there's a risk of the due on sale clause. And if the due on sale clause comes, the letter is going to come to me. Why? Because I updated the bank's information to contact me. I'm the new owner. I tell the bank straight up, I'm the new owner. I update the insurance policy as if I'm the new owner because I am the new owner. If they want to call the due on sale clause, I receive a letter. What I'm going to do is I'm going to call the bank and I'm going to say, hey, I'm the new owner. I took over the payments. Here's proof that I'm making the payments. And 80% of the time, they're going to be happy with it. The other 20% of the time, they're not happy with it and they want to push harder on the due on sale clause. They can refuse to accept my payments. And they can refuse and put me into foreclosure and take the house back. Very rare that they would do that, right? Because that's not what they're set up to do.
But you go buy an apartment complex that's $20 million, right? It might not cash flow $20 million with traditional financing terms.
Right. It won't.
Or you have to put $4 million down, right? To be 80-20 or whatever, 75-25 debt to income, right?
Right.
What do you do about that?
Well, hold on. Let me get to that. So you come to me, or I go to you as the seller on, let's say, a single family house, and we go through all that process, and I explain to you, I go, hey, look, if the due on sale clause comes to me, what I'm going to do is I will deed the property back to you, and I will repurchase it on either A, a lease option, or B, an agreement for sale. In Oklahoma City, I think you guys are contract for deed. Do you guys do any contract for deed stuff?
I don't do anything that's not traditional because I'm an idiot, it sounds like.
I don't think you're an idiot.
I'm taking a lot more risks than I need to, probably.
I don't think so. I think here's the advantage that you have that most of my audience don't have. My audience is not you. You have cash flow from businesses and you need to deploy that cash into a business or into an asset that gives you tax benefits, and you need to basically have a store of value.
Pretty much what we're doing.
Right. You need that. Yeah. You also don't have time to go out there and like learn how to do creative finance necessarily, right? Where most of my audience is coming from is they're going, man, I make $70,000 at my job. I freaking hate my job. I need a side hustle that allows me to build a portfolio, get the hell out of this job.
Because if you look at like trying to get into the single family,
good luck.
And you're like, man, this is first of all, you can't find a house worth renting out for $100,000, right? You go $200,000 house, bank wants 20%. It took you the first 30 years of your life to save $40,000 or $50,000.
And worse yet, you look at like right now, people go and get I love Bigger Pockets. I wrote their most popular book. I love them so much, but
who's the guy with the beard?
Beardy Brandon.
Yeah,
Brandon. He's awesome. Yeah, good friend of mine. Smart guy. He left 5 years ago though.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he left 5 years ago.
You've had some pretty interesting people on your podcast.
Yeah, I'm a really good friend. I mean, I travel a lot, so I make a lot of friends.
So who, of all the people on your podcast thus far, who's been the most interesting?
I would say Jordan Peterson, probably.
Okay.
Jordan Peterson, I'm sure you guys follow him. Yeah, he's epic. Yeah. Jordan Peterson. Let's see, who else? David Goggins. He's pretty intense, but I mean, that's only if you want to get yelled at for an hour and a half. I had him with a live audience, and he made somebody pass out from he was describing this bloody incident so intensely that this kid in the front row passed out from listening to blood.
Holy crap.
Yeah. So I've had some really good guests, but with Bigger Pockets, they're teaching people to go do the BRRRR strategy. Get the F out of here. 90% of people cannot do the BRRRR strategy.
They don't even understand construction.
No. Well, construction first, let's lay the BRRRR strategy out. I got to go get a loan.
Yeah.
Okay. One loan, buy.
Yeah.
Then I got to go renovate, manage contractors.
Usually with a construction loan.
Right. Then I get a hard money loan for my renovation or whatever else. And then I do another refinance at the end.
Yeah.
So I'm a newbie. You're telling me I got to get 3 loans on my first deal?
Yeah.
F that. It's probably the hardest transaction you could even imagine.
Yeah.
Versus you go do a sub 2 deal. I could pull it. Here's the filter. It's the easiest filter on the planet. I could pull 300,000 of them right now. Oklahoma City, I probably could get 1,000 deals under contract in the next 6 months, just right here in Oklahoma City. The best list to go after is expired listings right now. Do you guys know what expired listings are?
Yeah, they didn't sell.
Yeah, agents get fired. Why? Because agents suck at their job. Single family agents suck at their job.
I shouldn't say what
they're
I'm about
horrible.
to say.
They're horrible. Well, think about it.
They're lazy. They have no creativity.
There's no barrier to entry. So
Yeah.
they don't know what they're doing. So you look at like a barber. Do you know how long it takes for a barber to get?
I was about to say they're like hairstylists.
No.
Well, hairstylist takes like a year. Somebody was telling me.
How many hours does it take for a barber to get their license to cut your hair?
1,500 hours.
1,500 hours. How many hours to get a license to sell people's largest asset? 90.
I was actually going to be a realtor as far
Me
as
too.
like,
Thank God I
and my
wasn't.
attorney said, do not do that.
Stupid.
Because you're subject to a whole different set of rules. And
Yeah, and you got to
regs.
hang your license a broker. You got to worry. They put all this fear of God in you of like, you're going to lose your license. Dude, how about you just don't ever get a license?
Yeah.
I feel like at your
100%.
level, like if you went and got a license right now, it'd be a downgrade. You're an investor.
No, and there's a whole other set of rules and regs and laws
That you don't need.
I don't even want to go down that route.
Right. The employee of real estate is called a real estate agent.
So you have all this real estate. Why are you continuing to do your same model? Why don't you just go traditional like Grant Cardone and some of these other guys, raise capital and
Have you gotten a loan before?
yeah.
And it's really fast, right?
No.
Oh, and it's like annoying every time.
Every single time.
Does it get easier?
Not so
No,
far.
I mean it depends on if it's the same lender and they already have your financial information. I mean,
I
I have some lenders I can call right now, but hey, I need.
Okay, here's the answer. You guys that do cash deals, I feel like are robbing sellers. Not you, but like traditional real estate. Let's look at the BRRRR strategy. In order for the BRRRR strategy to work, am I paying full retail?
No.
I have to pay like 70, 60, or 50 cents on the dollar, right?
Yeah.
So in order for me to make $1, guess where it comes from? It comes out of the seller's pocket.
Yeah, but the difference is you're adding a layer of risk and I'm adding them a quick out.
No, I'm removing all the risk.
Well, if you don't pay the payment,
What risk is there to me?
no, I'm talking about for the seller.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's
But
what I'm saying. I'm saying, hey, here's your easy
let's
way
just
out.
talk about-
You're going to take a discount.
Talk
for
about
easy.
straight up seller finance.
Yeah.
Okay. What's the risk for a seller? If he sells a $20 million asset to me, no money down, what's his risk?
He doesn't really have it. Well, you not maintain the property is his biggest
Correct.
risk.
And he's owned the property, let's say, for 35 years. So he understands it pretty well, right?
Yeah, so he
like if
jumped in there.
let's say you sold to a private equity firm, like one of your companies. Mm-hmm. They don't make your monthly payments because you have a buyout agreement, like a earn out clause or
Yep.
something like that. And 6 months later, they stop making payments. What do?
I call the note.
You call the note, or you take the business back. You
Yeah.
understand the business, and you go rebuild it back up, whatever. Right?
Exactly.
There is risk there. There's risk in all of that kind of stuff. Business, buying, everything, right? There's risk in everything. What I'm doing in a traditional sense, by the way, I've done a lot of cash deals, thousands. I was home investors. We buy ugly houses.
Yeah,
That's what I did for
exactly.
8 years. But when I realized, like, in order for me to flip a house, I have to buy a house at 50 cents on the dollar to be able to renovate, get hard money loans, and then go sell it and then pay real estate agents on the back end. The profit I make comes out of the seller's pocket. That's where the profit's coming from. Versus if I go and I do a deal, I go, seller, what do you want? Well, I want to retire. I don't want a 1031 because a lot of these sellers are like, the only way I can avoid the taxes is 1031. But if I 1031, guess what I'm not doing? I'm not retiring.
No, you got to put all your money in another.
Now, right. It's like, it's kind of
an asset you don't know.
right. And I told somebody the other day, I said, think about what a 1031 is. You know anybody that's gotten divorced?
My partner.
Okay, your partner got divorced, okay? So imagine if somebody told him the only way you can get a divorce from this woman,
Is go marry another woman.
but she's a bigger bitch. She's not like,
And you don't know her.
and you don't know her.
Yeah, because you got
That's
to hurry and marry
This
her.
is a 1031 exchange, right? It's like I have to divorce the bitch I'm with right now that's cheating on me or whatever the problem is, and I gotta roll into a larger asset.
Mm-hmm.
I can't just exchange for like dollar on dollar. I got to go to a larger asset. So somebody who's trying to retire, it's the last thing they want to do is get a bigger asset they don't know. Okay, so
agree.
now they're stuck, right? Versus I can come in on seller finance and go, let me just make a payment to you. I can stretch those payments over 15 years and we can mitigate almost all of your capital gains tax, and I can put interest on top of it. You'll get way more money long term. I de-risk him because now they're tied to the asset. I operate the asset. I de-risk myself. It's a non-recourse loan, right? Worst case scenario, I die. He takes the thing back, whatever.
100%.
He wins 100%. He gets everything he wants. But guess what? I also get everything I want way beyond what a cash transaction would ever give me. Lower interest rate. I don't have a 3-year or a 5-year, revolving whatever. I don't have a floating rate. I don't have any of that crap. No banks to deal with. So it's a win-win scenario. Whereas in a cash transaction, I've never done a cash transaction where I made a ton of money that I didn't pull that money out of the seller's pocket every time. 100%.
The sellers, the thing with the cash, the seller's wanting out.
Yeah,
and here's the way out.
Speed and
easy.
convenience.
It's easy. It's out. Here you go. They're willing to take a discount.
And we deal with that stuff all the time too. So like I go to the sellers and we'll tell
just real quick. How do you manage all this stuff? Like
a team.
Okay.
Like how do you manage all the things?
I mean, I have really good finance people.
You're talking about for your assets or for like your...
I'm talking about how you structure your deals, because most of my real estate deals are structured the same.
Yeah.
90% of them.
Yeah.
Right. Here's the terms. Here's the equity, cost segregation. Pretty simple, right? Yours are subject to, under finance, traditional. Mm-hmm. You have all these moving pieces that could happen at any one time. Like we have an Excel spreadsheet that tells us when our loan's about to come up.
Yeah, we have the same thing. Yeah.
Is there a software that manages all that?
Yeah, it's called Undercover Operator.
Okay.
I do know the answer to that one. Yeah. So Undercover Operator, I got all my ladies in there. No men run all my stuff. It's all women. They just have great attention to detail. They're awesome. They manage the tenants. They collect the payments. They work with my controller that works with my CPA, that works with my family office. I don't touch any of that stuff. It's great.
So once you onboard an asset, it's pretty much hands off.
I don't even onboard the assets anymore. Like the car wash today, I was telling my team, hey, I'm in Oklahoma City. Do we have anything that I could look at? And they're like, yeah, we just bought a car wash. Oh, sweet. Give me the details. Like that's how far removed I am from the process now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, I want to switch gears. Let's talk about online and mentorship. Right?
Oh, okay.
So we've talked about it a lot, about doing some stuff like that. We've had people, emailing us, and we're pretty busy. Mm-hmm. But how did you get started in that? Number one.
Accidentally.
Okay. Did somebody help you with it?
Yes.
Okay. Who was it? Can you share?
Of course. He's my business partner. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, be happy to help you guys out too.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how many people do you have that you mentor now online?
I don't have a mentorship and I don't sell a course.
You don't. So
I'm the first person that launched a community, and a community.
Okay. Explain that.
Okay. So the difference, like people will say I have a community. That's total bullshit. A community is, imagine I go into my neighborhood and I'm like, I want to make cookies. You guys have birds that are in here?
No, that's my dog.
That's your dog?
Yeah, whining.
Oh, it sounds like birds.
Yeah. I don't do birds.
It sounds like a nest of birds. Okay. So imagine I want to make cookies. I need baking soda. I need butter, eggs, etc. Right? If I went into my neighbor, I knocked on my neighbor's door. Hey, you got baking soda? Yeah, I got baking soda. Cool. I go to the next door neighbor. I go, do you got eggs? He goes, no, I only have baking soda. Shit, I don't need baking soda. Go to the next person, baking soda. Next person, baking soda. And I basically am in a neighborhood of everybody has the same exact thing that I already have. That's not a community. A community is people that are sharing resources they don't already have, and the guy down the road has the thing I need, right? So in our community, you'll see very frequently 15, 20 people on the same transaction. This can happen in real estate, really can't happen in other things. So you look at the person who found the deal, let's say knocked the door, right? Like I have a school teacher I'm going to go film with right now. He's literally was a high school teacher right here in Oklahoma City, knocking on his lunch break, went and knocked foreclosure doors, got a house under contract. He wholesaled it to another one of my students. I don't like calling them students because I don't feel like they're students, but they're community members. He ended up being the guy that did the BRRRR strategy on it, now holds the asset. But who's the manager of the property? Another student. Who actually came in as a private money lender? Another student. Who was his transaction coordinator? Another student. So I built a community of every single type of avatar in the real estate world. And I said, I'm going to build and train 26 different types of people. And we're all going to do deals together with 30,000 people in our community. We're the largest real estate community by like a 25-time margin.
And it makes you zero money.
I make zero money from that.
So why do people ask this all the time. Like, we like doing this, talking to people like yourself.
Are you kidding me? Like, what else are you going to do with your life, dude?
Yeah. So like, why do you, if your business model is so good, why would you want to share it? Like, we don't share our proprietary secrets because that's our sauce, right?
Okay, but you're different. Okay?
Yep.
My business model is very different than what you're doing. If I went out and told all my team member or your team members, how you find your clients, how you find the Walmarts, how you find that stuff, you have just built competition, right? Mm-hmm. That's a problem. In real estate, I have this beautiful thing that the person that's learning from me right now doesn't have the ability to hold the asset. They don't know how to manage things yet. So I teach them how to go find the RV park, tee up the appointment for me so I don't have to do any of that. They tee it up. I pay them a finder's fee. I now don't need an acquisition department. So think about it. Would you rather have 5 knuckleheads in your sales office that you have to babysit all day long
that doesn't perform, you have to overpay, and they want a salary and all the bullshit?
Okay, you've been there.
Yeah.
Or would you rather have 30,000 people who are doing deals with each other and you can buy deals from them when you want?
They're 100% motivated based off of a deal and transaction.
Right. And they have their own jobs. They have their own families, their own things. I don't have to babysit them. They came in and they joined the community, which is a paid community. And our team manages and helps all of them out. They get going. They get their first deal and they go, oh shit, I got this deal, but I don't know how to hold it. I'm not going to be able, whether it's buying a business. I've got a Nathan here local in OKC. He just bought an $8 million concrete company on seller finance. And who found it? Another student found the deal who couldn't hold the concrete company.
Plant?
No, he's doing like foundations. He's doing
Gotcha.
It's like excavation and concrete and foundations, stuff like that for residential construction.
Yeah, I think I know who you're talking about.
He just bought it like this week.
Yeah, this week.
Yeah,
it's $8 million, but their main client is like D.R. Horton.
I don't know.
One of the major builders.
$8 million is their revenue. $5.9 million is the purchase price, and they're netting their net, not NOI, but their net is $1 million a year. The guy wants to retire. He's like, I'm burned out. I can't operate anymore. Anyway, a student found that deal and was like, I can't operate a construction company. Like, what do I do? Well, we train them, sell it to the guy that's 2 steps ahead of you. He'll pay you a finder's fee. Yeah. And then there's other members that join our
What do you pay on a finder's fee?
Bro, I mean, think about every
whatever you can get that drive it down to.
Typically, I'll pay, like on a single family home, I'll pay a finder's fee like 10 to 15K. On an RV park, they're usually like 50 to 90K. On a multifamily deal, they're like 100 to 150K. One of my students, DW Chalmers, just right up the road, like 3 hours away, he just got a $700,000 assignment fee on a 40-unit apartment building. He's got a great deal. Seller was in foreclosure, mismanaging the thing. He got it, double closed it, sold it to somebody else, made $768,000.
So when you submit over your personal financial statement, you do use some banks, correct?
For what?
For anything?
For what?
You don't have any bank debt?
Not unless another seller's name is on it.
Okay.
I mean, I'm taking over their debt.
Yeah.
So like my personal home in Mesa, I bought a $3 million home. I live in that sub 2, 1.9% interest at my not ranch, but my farm in Montana. Bought that for $3.7 million, $1 down, took over a 2.9% interest rate.
I was watching your ranch. We have a different perspective of ranches.
I farm. Yeah, I said I had to correct farming.
When I was just in Scottsdale last week, and
very different. Yeah,
and people were like, "Hey, my ranch." I was like, "Well, how big's your ranch? 1,000 acres, 1,500 acres?"
Oh, yeah,
and he was like, 1,500. I was like, "Ain't no ranch."
Yeah, it's a farm.
You got a house on a big lot.
Yeah, especially in Arizona. So I don't have any bank debt that I had to get approved. Even my cars, like my Escalade, my Raptor, all of that stuff, I take over somebody else's payment.
No way.
Yes, everything. I bought a plane for my son 2 months ago. It's a 0 down, 0% seller finance, and no payments for 2 years.
How did you find that guy?
On controller.com.
You just start calling.
You don't start calling. You do a filter. You find out who has the longest listing. It's I mean, you want to buy a business, go on Biz Buy Sell, filter by longest days on the market, call them up. Are you guys willing to do seller finance? No.
Next.
Right. Next. That's it. It's like anything else. It's simple and it's easy.
Yeah.
The problem is the people that don't have a mindset for business and they don't treat this like a game. Like I treat this like a video game. You guys treat your shit like a video game. You just go out and they're like, let's go have fun with this every single day. Like you look forward to coming to work every day.
100%. Well, we want more time on the clock.
Yeah. I'm the same way. It's like, what are you doing, Pace? I'm on a 100-city, 100-day tour to go and see thousands of deals.
So when's enough? I've been asking that.
Money?
Yeah.
Bro, I had enough money 10 years ago. So did you.
Yeah.
This is not a game of money. This is a game of self-discovery.
Okay.
And the second you realize what you're capable of, you start going, oh crap, I have a lot to offer to this world, right? Whether it's, creating a world for my children. I have 4 kids. I want to create a world for my kids that give them options to go do cool things. I'm starting to get into politics a little bit. I'm like, wait, I could actually make a change.
One of our my controllers that's actually done in Stillwater right now, dealing with cost segregation. She manages a senator's he was a plumber, and now he's a senator.
I think that's I've got a good buddy, and his name's Randy Garn. He says to me, he's like, you have no power. Your little money that you think you have no power.
Oh yeah, these guys are dealing with bills and trills now.
These guys are, and even then, unless you're in some sort of politics, you're not going to actually change anything in your local market.
So do you have like an attorney on staff to write all these deals?
No, but I have
because you had an airplane versus a boat versus.
No, I have a transaction coordinator.
Okay.
I have 6 transaction coordinators.
And they know how to structure all the legal binding contracts and all that. How did you find that person?
I trained them.
Okay, you trained them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I have an attorney named Sean St. Clair, another one named Sean Clemenson. Those attorneys taught me how to do these things like 12, 13 years ago. Then I'm in the living room. Back in the day, I was in the living room of these houses. I don't really do a lot of single family houses anymore. We have 300 and I don't need another. I need another single family house. Like I need a hole in the head. Like I don't need another single family house. So Molly, who's my COO, trains Shelly, Heidi, Kelly, Trish, Jade. All those gals are trained by Molly. I don't touch a single thing.
Have you ever had one that says, hey man, you ripped me off the contract. There's a way out of this.
No.
You're a scam artist.
No.
No, I'm asking. I don't know because we deal with people all the time, and people are crazy.
People are crazy, but here's what I know about people. I know that if
market gets better, and you got this deal, now they could have sold it for that. And they're like,
you see all these voice recordings of all the years. These are every appointment I've ever been in. I record every single conversation I have, and if it's on Zoom, I tell them, "Hey, I'm recording this." So if you want to listen to like me structuring a deal, let's see, let's look at like one of them.
Let's hear one.
Yeah, let's listen to one. A recent one. Let's see.
I want to hear one that went wrong, where somebody doesn't believe you, and how you overcome it.
Oh, I got a lot of that.
Because I mean, if you said you did a subject or a owner finance on a Raptor, I mean, what did you just get on Auto Trader and start finding one private sellers?
Craigslist, yeah.
Oh, Craigslist. They still use that?
One of my students, Mike Davis, he specialized in cars. So he saw like I was doing cars 5-7 years ago.
I had a car dealer's license.
Oh, you did? Yeah. He was like, he goes, I'm just going to build a Facebook group for everybody that can't afford their payment. So he has a Facebook group that he built out, and then he has an app. So like I just go on my student's app that he built that I go, oh, I want that Raptor. I want that Tesla. I want the Hummer. I want that whatever. I'm buying a train right now. Like I'm trying to buy the main part of a train so I can turn it into like a guest house in the back of my ranch. Just kidding, my farm. And hold on, let's see what I got here. So you can hear me walking up to the house. This is July 29th of this year.
So you're recording it from right when you get out of your car. Is that for your protection?
100%.
Because you said this, and in certain states, verbal is a legal binding contract.
In Arizona.
In Oklahoma, it is.
It's like that almost everywhere, but I can record anybody in Arizona when I'm party to the conversation. And I do not need their permission. I do not need to tell them they're being recorded. So I've always done that from the very beginning. Why did I do that? Well, in 2012, when I first started, I thought, I just want to get really good at this. And I want to hear how shitty I sounded in that appointment. So I'm going to listen to myself on the drive home and go, oh, that was stupid. And I hesitated, or man, I talked over that person and I shouldn't have. And so I started doing that years ago. And then one time the seller goes, you made $150,000 on my house. I just saw it on the market and blah, 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 blah. I'm like, I told you in the appointment, and in the contract, it specifically says, I'm in this business to make money. Do you understand? I may make $1 million or I might lose $1 million. Yeah, I remember you. Or they go, you never said that. And go, check your text message. I just forwarded you the voice memo. I recorded the entire. You recorded. Yes, I did.
Yeah.
For
this very reason, you psycho.
I did not even know I was doing it for that reason. I just did it for sales practice, and then it magically turned into that. So I started telling my team, I go, record every conversation, record every Zoom, put it in the Dropbox with all the files, everything that we ever store, make sure the recordings of every single conversation. So my team won't go on, even when I'm on a phone call, I use a different phone and I record it from this phone on speaker. You can hear the entire conversation.
Are you recording me now?
No.
Okay.
So
it's being recorded.
Let's talk about, I thought it was interesting you were talking earlier about finding good people, and you feel like you have a good knack for finding talent.
I think that the secret to this is that you attract good talent. You don't hire good talent, you attract good talent. They want to be a part of your mission. And you guys are lunatics in good ways, and people want to work for you. That's it. And have you ever worked for somebody in the past when you're like, oh my gosh, this guy's an idiot?
Every person I've ever worked for.
Okay, cool. So those
Not
people,
every one of them, but
yeah, you
I haven't worked for somebody for a long time.
So you attract people typically. Like, here's the best part about having a brand is that people want to be a part of my mission. They see me, they see I'm authentic. I give you all the addresses and everything I'm doing. Like every YouTube video I've ever done, here's the address, and here's the files, here's the document, here's the closing statement showing that I actually did it exactly the way I said it. You do that for enough time, people are just like, I want to work for you, right? Or there's people that go, I want to do what you do, but I don't think I have the capability. Can I just work underneath you? And that's how I've gotten most of my employees.
Just out of curiosity, how much money have you made on YouTube? I'll show you mine.
I don't know. I was going to
We
ask
just
you,
got
Can you tell?
monetized.
Can
I
you
made
tell?
$12.48.
Let's see, hold on. I think I've made on YouTube. Do you know how to look it up?
Yeah, it says on your little app right here, Chasing Millions, estimated revenue, $12.48.
I don't know.
That's funny. He would probably know.
The last 28 days, I had 11 million views.
Revenue bottom right box.
I make between 15 and 20K. And I think like in my heyday, back when like real estate was Googled a lot more, I think we were making like 30 grand a month, something like that.
Dang. And you're making 15, 20K a month right now?
I just give it away. I give it all away. I find a single mom that like lost a husband in combat or something. We just buy him a car. We do that every month.
No way.
Yeah. Or I'll give it to somebody on my team. Just go like,
Is that between all channels you're making 15, 20K?
it's just YouTube.
No way.
Yeah.
You have no partnerships, no sponsors, no.
I have. Okay. So you guys want to get into this?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're-
Because
so-
like you watch all these, we call them YouTube geniuses or, experts,
Okay, so a lot of my friends, like, I won't say their name because you know a lot of them, and somebody will go, they'll message my friends and go, Pace said something about you online. So I won't say anything, but I have a lot of friends that they only make money on YouTube.
Yep.
Only.
And they drive
Affiliates,
fancy
sponsors,
cars. And,
what, blah, blah, blah. They only make money on YouTube. And in fact, they had like, one of my buddies he has a real estate channel, has like 2 or 3 million subscribers, and he sold all his real estate. And he's like, why would I do real estate? I could just talk about real estate and make money. I'm like, wow, okay. You're not a student of the game. Like, you're not trying to do what
because real estate changes.
real estate changes, and it's fun.
Yeah.
Does it suck getting kicked in the nuts every once in a while? Like, you'll get let's see, I haven't had a lawsuit in like 6 or 7 years, but like every once in a while you get kicked in the nuts because a tenant does something stupid. Beyond that, it's just a fun game. You get to hang out with your friends all day long. It's like, this is like grown up
Monopoly.
It's freaking great, right? So, those guys have sponsors. So I was just on a show a couple of days ago, and I'll call them out, but they're really good friends of mine. I love them. Iced Coffee Hour. And those guys get millions of views, and they make a lot of money by mentioning like, hey, here's the sponsor of the show, and it's a drink. It's like an energy drink or whatever. And every time they mention that drink on the show, they get paid like $5,000, right? So it's like boom, 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 boom. And they'll even ask me like, hey, when you come on the show, make sure you drink one of these and do what I'm like, of course, I'll do whatever I can do to help you out. Like, I don't care. I just have never played that game. Now, there are other ways I make money that is not really on YouTube, but like, let's say you guys decide to start a community of people. Would it be like buying and selling businesses? Probably. Okay, cool.
Service businesses and
Love it.
exact.
I think there's a massive need for that. I think more people need to do it and learn from people that are actually doing it. Really good friend of mine, Tommy Mello. He's so hyper specifically focused on like garage doors. Do you guys know Tommy Mello?
I don't know Tommy Mello.
Look him up.
I bought a lot of garage doors.
Yeah, he just had an exit. I think his exit was like a $500 million exit on garage doors in like two markets. Right?
It's crazy.
He's going to get another bite of the apple when they.
So he had to roll over some money, work for the company.
Yeah, he's doing so
They're going to
great.
tell you they're going to 2 or 3 or 4 or 5x the roll.
And I think they will. Like, if you
Yeah.
follow Tommy, I think they will. There's other companies that they completely failed, their promises. But anyway, so you guys, let's say you go launch a business buying, business selling mentorship to some degree, okay?
On where? On a certain platform? On YouTube? On
Because we manage all platforms, but like I
You
noticed
guys
that
just need to come fly to my office. I'll just show you everything.
I'm down.
I'm down.
Like, just
Well,
come
you're
to my
not going
office.
to be there for a year.
I won't be there. I won't be there till March. So like, and you can go there and hang out with my partner for a whole day. Like, you don't need me to be there, but I will. I'll give you an invite. So I'll be.
Is your partner ever on your YouTube?
Never.
He's
Never.
He just
Maybe I need to kick you off.
No.
I'm good looking though.
No, he's incredible. He's intelligent. He's charismatic, but he just loves the weeds, which is not what you like.
No,
not what I
no,
like.
we're not good at managing
We're not
weeds.
geared for that, right?
Exactly.
We're a different speed. We have a different gear. So, Josiah is my business partner's name. He runs the office. We have about 125 employees in that office, and Josiah runs the day-to-day. I have 0 direct reports. Nobody reports to me, not a single person. Now I have my real estate team that directs. I have one person that reports to me, Molly. She reports to me once every 2 weeks. That's
So when you said real estate versus 125, is that 125 for social media?
No. That 125 is like the title company. Our fund, we have a multifamily fund him and I own together. We just syndicated twice and I decided I didn't like it.
Yeah.
So
A
we
lot of
own,
reports and expectations and questions.
I have 700 investors and it's like, why did I didn't need that. I do all the seller finance. I don't need investors type of thing. We also are buying a good amount of car washes. We have like 60 in our pipeline right now. So Josiah manages all of that. This is like heavier duty real estate that I do with Josiah. Molly, her and I do RV parks, mobile home parks, my small multifamily, and then all my single family stuff we do. We're building homes. We have 25 houses we're building right now. Not a lot, but make $1 million a year on that like side project, which is fun. And that's Molly. Josiah, him and I own a title company in 43 states. We own software companies.
It's one title company. Where do you live at?
I live in Phoenix and Montana.
Okay.
Yeah, at my ranch.
And then your title company can your ranch.
We're licensed in 43
Do you
states.
hunt?
I hunt when I got buddies like you.
Okay.
My dad, we never had enough money. Hunting is expensive.
It is now. It's a
wasn't
rich
back
man's.
then.
Oh, I mean, back then, everybody had land. Come on,
Yeah.
but now everybody's afraid, and they're getting paid stupid amount of money to hunt on their land. And
So my neighbor across the street, he has 45,000 acres in New Mexico, and he's like, come out and shoot hog with me and do all sorts of stuff. And I'm like, I will do that stuff when somebody invites me, but I don't.
Yeah.
I'm not going out hunting. I don't know enough, right? So anyway, Josiah, on like the community side, we probably have 50 employees that just run the community.
but you don't make any money off the community. They're more of a deal filtering
They're
type
dill filtering, and then I have like 15 people on my social media team.
You have 15 people on your social media team.
Mostly editors, graphic designers. I have 4
Full time.
Full time in the office. They're all sitting right there. Yeah.
Holy moly.